This is question number 19 on the June 2015 non-calculator paper. Okay, looking at this question, it says there are n sweets in a bag. 6 of the sweets are orange sweets. The rest of the sweets are yellow. Hannah takes at random a sweet from the bag and she eats the sweet. So that means she doesn't put it back in. Hannah then takes at random another sweet from the bag and she eats that sweet as well. The probability that Hannah eats 2 orange sweets is 1/3. And we need to show this expression. Now, from reading this question so far, this question reads as a tree diagram, probability type question. So I'm going to draw a tree diagram to show this. So to begin with, there are 2 sweets in the bag, or 2 different colors of sweets in the bag. There's orange and yellow. The probability of picking an orange sweet, there are n of them all together, and 6 of them are orange, so it's 6 over n. I don't know how many yellow sweets there are, right? So I could, but I don't know much about this yellow side. What I do know is, though, that she picks another sweet. And if she eats 2 orange sweets, that means she got an orange sweet first and then another orange sweet. Now, when she picks the second pick, she can get either orange or yellow, but we know that she picks another orange sweet, and they've told us that the probability of picking 2 orange sweets is 1/3. What's the probability of her picking the second orange sweet? If she picked one first, when she comes to picking the second one, there are no longer 6 orange sweets in the bag, there'll be 5 of them. And if there were n sweets in the bag to begin with, there'd be 1 less because she's picked an orange sweet and ate it. There'd be 1 less afterwards, so 1 less than n is n minus 1. Okay, so at this stage, I realize I've got all the information I need to actually solve this problem, because we know to work out the probability of, at the end of a set of branches, in a tree diagram, you times the probabilities together. So the probability of picking 2 orange sweets is going to be 6 over n times 5 over n minus 1. And we know that that's going to equal 1/3. So I'm going to write that down here. 6 over n times 5 over n minus 1. And we know that that is equal to 1/3. I'm going to go about working this out now. When you're timesing fractions, you times the numerators together. 6 times 5 is 30. And I'm going to times the denominators together. N times n minus 1. I'm going to leave it as brackets, and that's equal to 1/3. I'm going to cross multiply now. So I'm going to do 3 times 30, which is, I'm going to write it out in longhand. 3 times 30 is equal to n bracket n minus 1 times 1. If I do that multiplication, I'll get 90 over here. And if I multiply these brackets, right, timesing by 1 makes no difference. So multiply the brackets, I'll get n squared minus n. I'm going to bring everything over to one side, and right now it looks similar already to the thing I want to show. So I'm going to bring the 90 across to this side. It's positive 90 right now, so I need to take away 90. So I'll get 0 is equal to n squared minus n minus 90. And now, just move this forward a bit. I'm going to bring everything over to one side, and it would be the answer that they require. N squared minus n minus 90 is equal to 0. This is a complicated question, right? It involves algebra with a probability tree diagram. You need to break it up, make sure you understand it, and as I used the tree diagram idea up here, this should be something that you're very familiar with. Let's look at part B. Part B wants us to solve n squared minus n minus 90 equals 0, and to find the value of n. Now, this is something quite significant. Value means there's one answer that they want. But thinking about this, I have n squared minus n is equal, minus 90 is equal to 0. This is a quadratic which I need to factorize. One of the things I need to recognize is that there's one n in the middle there. When you're factorizing a quadratic, right, you're going to have a pair of brackets. I'm going to put n at the front of each because n times n is n squared. To decide what numbers go here, I need two numbers that times together to give me 90. However, the difference between them, or when I combine them, I'm going to get minus 1. Now, straight away to my mind comes 10 and 9. I want these to combine together to give me minus 1, so that's going to be minus 10, and that's going to be positive 9. And I'll write these in, minus 10 plus 9. When I solve, I'll get n is equal to 10, and n is equal to minus 9. But remember, I said up here, find the value of n, so there's not two answers. And you need to think about this. If I think about what n stands for the number of sweets in the bag. I can't have a negative number of sweets, so n is just going to be 10. And that's what I put into my answer space. Okay, this question is quite a complicated question, but it should be one that you could do, and you should be able to get most, if not all, of the marks in it.